Hi everybody, it's Diane with the Alter Dog Book. And do you remember the ATCs I made about a dozen or so videos back? I'm kind of embarrassed to say. Kind of with the thought to put them in here. Well, at that time I looked, there just was not a place to put them, in my opinion. So I didn't know what to do with them. I let it sit around, sit around. Well, why not make pockets out of them? So that's what I did. So this is file folder. It's kind of a tight fit because that's just glued down and it's board. It's not paper, but I think it'll work. So the idea is to make two long journal cards, bookmarks, and stick them in there. And I think on the front one, when all said and done, I will use it as a journal card, or journal card, and write on the back, like when I started and finished, and any little thoughts. And yeah, Diane would have little thoughts, wouldn't she? Okay. Is this cool paper if you're doing an Alter Dog book? I bought this a little while ago. There are cats on here. There are some nondescript. But let's see, since it's small, we can't choose two for this project. Here's one. Looks like a Bernese Mountain Dog. That one's cool too. There's a little one. Small, small. That's cute. But it's way in there. That's not bad either. Let's just take this one because it's on the edge. I can use more than one. I decided that's okay. It's my paper. But let's start with this. I do feel a little bad about making these, and then it took me this long to use them. But that's the way it goes. And these are just for myself. This book and most of what I do, it's not like I do have a client and I'm working on a deadline or something, so she's okay. She's crooked, but she's okay. Well, I'm doing it over here without much light because my garbage can is full and I really don't want to just see inside of it. Can you see in there anyway? Yeah, sorry. Okay. And if you're smart, you won't bulk up the bottom too much, Diane, because it's a tight fit. Yeah. Well, that matches. I don't know that it's wonderful, but we could start. And once again, I'm working on two things at once, but that's okay. Well, that's kind of interesting. Different. Which way does this go? I guess it doesn't, whichever way you want it to go. And they better fit in there when all's said and done. That would be funny, wouldn't it? They don't fit in there, and I'd have to figure out something else to do with these, and they'd sit around and they'd still come up with something for the pockets. That'd be cute, wouldn't it? Not bad. She cut it a tad narrow. Don't tell anybody. Nope. Maybe. No. these papers up here. These are very thin. Maybe I should use one of these on the bottom. They're paper, they're not cardstock. All right, that's sort of different. Come on, get under there. Okay, pretty good. I could just put that on the bottom of that. All right, not bad. I'd say the one on the right we could glue. This one still needs some help. Isn't that cool? That's okay. I don't know that the colors are great. It's a little better. That might be best. All right. It's pretty. What do we want on the tippy top of that one? No, shade is off. Okay. All right, I'm going to pause and glue, and then we'll come back and accessorize in some way. You could, you know, be done. If you just want to do something like that, there's nothing wrong with that. It's fine. But anyway, come back. Okay, folks, these are glued. Like I was saying, they're fine, but you know, they're very plain. They're not up to my standards. I don't like this at all. I can sew. I just happened to see this. It was standing up on the top of one of these papers. That's not bad. Oh, that's better. All right, let's put that there. Washi, maybe. I was looking for flowers for this one. That's all that's left of a 12 by 12 paper. Well, any of it would be okay, I think. Let's try this one, just because it's more difficult to cut it out. And then it'll make this paper that much smaller. Well, it can go in this box now. And we have an extra here I don't think I need. She emptied the garbage can. I'm surprised I remembered. That's okay. It's not great. It matches this, that flower right there. I probably have to totally fussy cut it to see what I think, right? I pulled this for this. Those colors are pretty good. Could go there. Depending on what we do here, could go here. I'm thinking there. All right, we need something. A border. Let's look at borders. Well, I don't think I would do flowers unless they're really different than those flowers. Nah, that shade is not right. Oh, that's nice. Okay, let's just do that. Will that fit? No, that's too short, naturally. All right, this could come in here now, too. Okay, so where are we now? Thing doesn't know where she is. That, what about stitching down there? Do we want postmarks? Yeah, because there's nothing going on the top. Good. Oh, I was trying to do that. Makes me look more arty. Okay. Of course I'm kidding. Okay, that's pretty good. Well, are we up to another pause? That's good too. I think I would ink edges. Let's let her pause. Fussy cut this stuff. Glue it down. Possibly so. Oh, that might be it. And then we get to see if they're actually going to fit in the pockets. I don't think I really want to try it. Dang, you big chicken. Yeah, I know. All right, this has a perforated edge showing. Do you guys leave that? Do you like that? Or do you guys cut it off? I generally cut it off, but it kind of depends on what I'm doing. Okay, that can maybe take stitching on the bottom too then. Are we straight? No. Come on. All right, that's better. All right, I'm going to do what I said and then come right back. Hang on. Okay, folks, we're all finished. I did ink around. I did stitching. I added fabric. So technically, I guess these are tags, huh? This one, I was intended to leave the strings long. I thought I did, threads. And this one somehow got cut. I don't know. Someone, I think, ran out here and cut them when I wasn't looking. I have no idea how I did that. So I cut the other side to match. I put stitching up here. My machine decided to screw up for the dumbest reason on the planet. But actually, I kind of like that. So I'm not going to redo it. You can't, once there's holes in there, unless you want to put paper over, you're stuck anyway. But what it does, it's the spool of thread has a little nick in the top where the end is, when you buy it. Well, and there's also some sort of nick damage on the bottom, so don't tell me to turn it. But so as it's sewing, the thread recatches in that nick and it won't move, but you're sewing, so you're not paying attention. And there's no, the tension and it's not sewing right. And you go, what's wrong with this machine? Oh yeah, the spool. So you have to watch the thread and what you're sewing. I know, Diane, buy a new spool of black thread. That's what it did. I did add another flower down here. It was kind of plain. And I did really fussy cut this pretty tight, all these leaves. Which, keep in mind, besides the fact it's kind of a pain to fussy cut it, it's harder to glue that way too. But all that being said, I think they're kind of cute. Okay, the moment of truth. Which one do we want where? Okay, it's gonna work. It's tight, it is, but at least they won't fall out, right? And I purposely put the pockets towards the inside because this is starting to bulk up this way, so I didn't want to add to that. Okay, folks, She finally used the ATCs. I'm sorry it took so long. Like I said, I was doing other things. I couldn't think of what to do with them, etc. This wouldn't come off. I tried. Okay, you can see these again. Okay, thanks for watching, everybody. I hope you have a very nice day.